Yo, what's good? I'm back with another video. Today, I'm gonna be showing y'all boys how to actually remake Dragon Road in FL Studio. It's actually pretty easy. It's not as hard as you would think it would be. So look, obviously the first thing you want to start with is the chords, the piano. So how did I remake them? I just kind of you have to have an ear for it. So yeah, it just kind of sounds like this. Now I did reharmonize it just a little bit, and then honestly I just layered that piano about 3 other different times. So then it just ended up sounding like this. Alright, so now the second thing that I actually added was a muted guitar, just to kind of fill out the space a little bit, you know, in the track. And then I just kind of added it like this. Now, if you've heard this track before, then you know that that's pretty similar to the bass line. And actually getting to that, the bass line I did, it just sounded like this, pretty much the same thing as the muted guitar. Alright, now the last thing that I actually layered those notes with was a flute, which sounded like this. Now, altogether, it should sound something a little bit like this. So y'all hear that? Now, you cannot forget about this sound right here. This is crucial. Without this, it may as well not even be Dragon Road Night, you know what I mean? You have to add in the uru. And then, not only that, but there's also the drums, which are honestly, they're pretty simple to make. It just sounded like this right here. I did put a little bit of reverb on the snare, if you guys are wondering, because you know, I just wanted to kind of like add a little bit more space to the track, you know. The whole goal is just to like basically make everything like complement each other, if that makes any sense. Now, I almost actually forgot there were these flute samples that I actually found, right? When you add it in here, it just sounds beautiful, man. Just take a listen to this. Just take a listen to this. Now, for the second part, there actually is a little break. There's 2 breakdown sections. This is the first one I want to get into. There's these chords here. It sounds like this right here. These are the chords. Now this right here, I did actually change the chord up a bit just to kind of spice things up a little bit. I like doing that a lot, especially with tracks that have like jazz type of chords. Altogether, I kind of just layered that with like other pianos, and it just sounded like this. Now, as for the bass actually, yeah, it does switch on this part. And let me show you guys what that sounds like. It sounds like this. And then there's also the uru. And with that, it should sound something like this. Now, here's the last breakdown section I'm going to be going over. Alright, so for the chords, this is what we got here, okay? And then I layered that with the previous instruments that I mentioned to you guys before, like the pianos and you know, just sort of instruments like that, right? And then all together the chords would sound like this. So now that we got that right, this is what the bass sounds like now. Just switched up notes a little bit. Now I did also add in some, like, I guess you could say human choir, and it just kind of sounds like this. We have the uru. Now the uru, if done correctly, it should sound something like this. I wanted to layer it with some brass just to kind of really like bring out the full sound in it, if that makes any sense. When I layered that with that brass, it just it sounded like this right here. That brass really brought out that melody, that lead, and the uru. Like I said earlier, the whole point of doing this is just to like bring out the best in each sound and make everything complement each other, and including in the mix too, right? With that, I'm gonna show you guys this ending here too, which is honestly, this ending was not in the original. I will say that right now. This ending was not in the original, okay? But listen to this right here. Listen to this right here. Do you see how well that fits? Like, it's just seamless, right? It's seamless. So look, we have the obviously the chords, which the chords aren't anything too crazy. It's pretty simple stuff. It's just this right here. Now, honestly, I will tell you guys this right now. Look, I don't know music theory, okay? Well, technically everybody knows it, but I never like actually learned it. But anyways, look, the dissonance right here with these chords, honestly, it just kind of helped with the ending. It made it sound honestly, it made it sound a little bit scarier, which is the vibe. That's the type of vibe I was going for. So when I layered it with just a few other instruments, it sounded like this. Oh, I almost forgot. I did also layer it with a piano as well too. I didn't want it to stand out in the mix too much. So what I did was let me show you guys actually, as a matter of fact. So look at this right here, right? So first of all, for the piano, I have a limiter on it, obviously. The EQ, just wanted to bring out the high end just a little bit. I didn't cut the low end on this section since there's not any like bass or anything like that playing on this section, so it's okay for me to allow the low end of the piano to you know, just be happening right there, right? Now to make it really fit into the mix, I put this stereo shaper on here. They have presets in here. Typically I'll use the effect presets, so the piano, it would sound like this in the mix. That's with the effect, right? Without it, it sounds like this. I felt like it was a little bit too out there, a little bit too, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to kind of tone that down a little bit. And then obviously there were the flutes, the samples, you know, the dizzy, uru, you know, that type of thing. And it sounds like this when you add it in. Also use one of those sounds to make this right here, which you guys will see here. You know, I just kind of wanted to add a little bit to it, you know. Now with everything together, the ending, it should sound like this. Well, anyways, that's all for today. Y'all boys stay safe and peace out.